Hello and welcome to the Treasured page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. And today it's the 1st of July and it's the Junk Journal July Challenge, and I thought I would just shut the door, shut everything out and just give myself a quiet half an hour just to create something. So the first prompt for today is to begin. With anything, the best advice that you can give yourself is just begin. Just sit down, open up the page. The first page is always going to be the frightening one because there's a pressure to do it nice, but turn to a different page. Turn to a page that you can sort of just have a go, or begin something else and then you'll feel more confident in starting. So I'm really throwing myself in the deep end. I'm going to use paint, and I never use paint. So I never use paint, that's why they're brand new. They're sitting in the cupboard, they've been there for about 6 months, they're not opened and therefore they're clutter and they're not being used. So I'm using what I've got, I'm getting everything out and I'm going to begin. I'm just going to begin. I have deliberately put an image here with a sun because that's the first thing that we see in the morning when we wake up. The sun comes up. Well, unless you live in the UK and you don't always see the sun, but we know it's there. And so it is in my journal. And I wanted to emphasise the sun as a beginning to the journal. So this was the fabric journal that I have made with all the embellishments. It's Indian summer in its theme. I started off with a tie-dye effect, and you can have a look at the video to all of this with a tutorial of how to make a layered soft covered journal, and you can have a go if you would like. I just have also been given this wonderful crocheted pin of a marigold which represents the summer and July, and we've got lots of these growing at this time of year, and this is from the wonderful Helen of Crochet Crazy Helen, and I will leave the link to her details in the description below, and also where to buy these wonderful things. She's a beautiful person, she sent me that, and I just thought that's perfect to add there for the moment. And I just have taken that inspiration of that wonderful sun style colour and those oranges, and I want to just bring that, bounce that off the page. So I'm going to emphasize the sun that is already there. I've got a little idea here to make a template of my sun. I'm just going to cut this out of an old Christmas greeting card using Grandma's paperweight there. I'm going to cut out a circle, and you can see it is just packaging. No, it's not, it's just a greeting card, a commercial printed card, but there is quite nice thick quality to this card stock. It has a good surface to it, so although I'm going to get the wording on there, I'm hoping that when I paint over it with the acrylic it will hide it or mask it. I'm just taking some gesso and I'm putting a little, or put some in one of these little dishes. I'll just go around everything. And I'm just using a scrap piece of watercolour paper beneath me because it's quite a nice thick piece, and I thought if I've got marks coming off of it from this little project, I might be able to use the card to make other things. And I'm just going to build up the colour. Okay, I'm just going to put down the, gosh, that's a gorgeous colour to begin with, isn't it? I like that, sort of like a nice buttercream effect. So I'm using that sort of shaped paintbrush. I think it is designed for watercolour. Well, it doesn't matter, does it really? But you do need to make sure you clean your brushes off because I'm using acrylic paint, and that tends to you know, it hardens if you're not careful. And now I want some orange. I'll go around here because I'm smearing. I wonder what I can use. Let's just use these tweezers just to... That didn't work. Let's use that. That's better. Just want it to stop slipping. Oh, I'm being silly. Hang on, let me use my brain, my logical brain, because my creative side is going crazy. And we just need a wee bit of logic back into this, a little bit of practicality here to just anchor that down. There we go. Lovely. And now we can just get on. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but that bit's good. Yeah, so this is my sun face. Okay. Fabulous. That's that. Might leave that to dry for a little bit and then now I'm feeling more warmed up and more confident. I'm going to go to the journal and I might just start putting a bit of colour round like that, just sort of a little semicircle. There we go. That could be anything. And now I'll just start following some of the dimples there, just using the spare ink that's on my brush. And just starting with a point at the top and just pulling the colour back in. Now this is my journal, I'm not selling it, and that's quite nice. It's sort of a freedom that I can just do what I want. There's a permission there to play. And that's actually really important because you are able to then work through techniques and other styles, just experiment. It gives you the freedom to experiment without wondering what someone else is going to think of it. And that can be a real stifler for creativity if you are planning to sell anything or give something to somebody and you want it to just be right. To be able to have the freedom to play and give yourself that time is really important. Okay, so we've done that. It's quite nice painting on this textured paper where it's been dyed, because the paper's undergone a process of being made wet and watered down. Okay, so this is going to be stuck there. Have more of the lines of the paint streaks. It adds texture. And I want it to look more abstract and less sort of childlike. I'm not a painter, so it's hard to... It's a tall order. You know what you want in your mind. Well, you might not, but you might have an idea. And it is hard to recreate how you see it in your mind's eye. Okay, well that I like, and now what I want to try and do is put some sort of a face on here, and I think I'm going to need some brown. I can't remember, no, I didn't use this one, so I used the brown, put that next to the warm brown. Mix those two together. Okay, that's quite nice. And then I think I'm just going to give him some sort of rough eyebrows to frame the face. Perhaps want my smaller brush here. Let's just do some eyes. And then you want a nose. And then a nice mouth. And something like that. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, there's Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Sunshine. Out of the way. Okie dokie. So far, so good. Link the two pieces together a bit more of how I think I'm going to stick it down. So that's my, you know, I'm feeling that Marigold inspiration from the front with this lovely orange fiery idea. Okay, so everything has dried and we've got this lovely sunshiny face here. Whoop. I really like that. I think that's brilliant. I'm going to put that there, and I thought we could now get a little bit more back to paper craft and junk journaling, back to our happy place. I'm going to get this script stamp, and I'm thinking let's just add a little bit more of a background. I'm using archival ink in ground espresso here, and I'm just going to put a little ink over the script stamp here. Let's see, lightly sort of put a bit down in places. That's nice. And then quite like that bit there, and then a bit down here. Oh, very good. They just don't disappoint, do they, those ones? So that was ground espresso. I haven't used that before, but I really like it. Isn't that smart? That's how that's all looking, and you can see a bit of texture from the paint there now. So when we put the sun there, that's got more going on. I don't want to put any on his face. I have got this old vintage, or really ancient antique map, and this is of England, and we've got Berwick, which is up the top in near Scotland. And I've got here, I didn't even know this existed, it says Holy Island, and I just think that that's quite interesting. And I think if I put my sun face there, and make sure I capture in the words as best I can, we'll cut that circle out, and then I can trim it if it overhangs in any way. And what we'll do is we'll just glue it to the back of the sun face. Okay, great, so it's come out a bit bigger. That's fine. I'm just going to glue that down, and then I want something stronger around the edge, and I'll use my art glitter glue. Lovely. And then, now this is the bit I want to make sure. So that is my face going down, and then I want to get this the right way up, because I've got in my mind that this might be a flip up. It might flip up. Okay, coming round, last little bit there. Super. Just taking away those white edges, just letting it roll around so that everything is covered and we haven't got I don't have a white edge, and then that just ages that even more, gives it back its original aged look. This on here like that. And I think instead of it flipping that way, I might want it to flip, I might want it to hinge here, be able to flip that way so that you see that when it flips over. And then I might put a brad in there just to stop it moving about. Found this paper which is yellow, and it's a handmade paper. I'm just going to tear a strip off of this. Let's just move the journal. Tear a strip off of here. And then this will be my hinge for my sun. I just need strong glue. Perhaps, yep, no, that's fine. So with handmade paper, it often, and it's a shop bought one, it's often got a rough side and a smooth side. So I'm just using the smooth side to glue down. You know, that is great. I might not have wanted it as long as that, but it doesn't matter because it's all blending in, isn't it? So that's fine. And then I might paint over it with the acrylic in a minute. So let's just hope that that's stuck down now. And then the flip will come over like that. We'll put it where we want it. Okay, so far so good. We'll just put the paperweight on that to hold that down in place. And now the next thing, because I quite like this, I'm just going to be ripping up some bits here of this yellow paper. So we've got some bits there. I think I've got this one as well. So I'll just see where that takes me. That's it. And then I'm going to just glue down some of these pieces just to give more depth, just at various points. A little bit of music paper just to come in there with a little bit of ink if I've got any on there. Yes, I have. I just like the words on it. They travelled in their... What did they travel in? Did they travel in their hot air balloon? Oh, maybe a hot air balloon. Oh, they travel in their boat. How did they get to the special island? I don't know, it's a story, it's a mystery. I like a mystery. What else do I like? I like flowers, and I like this beautiful marigold here. Look at this, isn't that wonderful? So that is from Crochet Crazy Helen, and I'll leave the link to what she did there and where to buy her things. If you're in the UK, she's just got some amazing things. And that was the marigold, so I think this is kind of nice. It's wildflowers. I quite like this espresso colour, so I might just use that. Nice press. Hope for the best. Oh, lovely. I think I might need I think I will need a little brad just to anchor that in. I've got a yellow one, so maybe a yellow one there. All to do that. And we've just got to think where this is. I only want it to catch there, so I just want it about there. Okay, amazing. And then just link the two together, just the little brad here. You can get these on AliExpress, you can get them I'm sure on Amazon. That would work even better. Perfect. Okay, so that's a nice interactive bit there, and anything peeling up, we'll just glue it down now, and I think we're nearly there for the first page of the Junk Journal Challenge, which I just wanted to make a little bit extra special because it was the front page, and I wanted that to have a little impact. I also wanted it to link in with the colours that I've got going on here, what's going on the front, which is really vibrant. So this is a really vibrant journal, and I wanted to echo the Marigold, which has been sent to me this week. So that is why that's like that. And then the other thing I think would be quite nice is this cluster that I've made, which has got a really nice stamp on it. And that is from Cyprus, and so I'm going to put that there because that's a little cluster, and I just think that that makes sense because I think this is a beginning, it's a voyage, it's a journey. So we're going in a boat, we've got a destination, we're going to put some words in there, and then this can go on as a pocket or a tuck, and that top bit open. And that can just be there and overhang ever so slightly. That's nice, that gives it a little bit of an aged effect. It's got a bit of artwork going on, and we've got a theme. It feels like travel, even though I'm not travelling anywhere. I feel like I am, and I think that that's just brilliant. So I'm just scuffing up those edges. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this bit round here because it seems to be wanting to do it anyway, so we'll just go with what it wants to do, and that's fine, and we'll just age that up as well. Okay, just using the last of the paint that I've got here, I'm just going to add in a little bit more just to bring those bits in. Big chat, I've got begin, which is our prompt word, so I'm pleased to find that, and I just want to have a look at, see what else it is. I've got journey. Just gonna tuck in there because you can see where that's fine, so that'll tuck in there. I'm just enjoying putting the final touches on here now. I'm making this tab. I've cut out two pieces. That was the one I've decorated, and then I just wanted to strengthen it up because that paper's quite thin. So I'm just going to stick it over this, which is slightly more thicker cardstock. And this is now dry, so that can shut for the moment. And we'll look at that in a minute. So that's going to work like that. I've strengthened up the other side with a little piece of card, and then I'm going to cover all of that. And I just want to add this on the edge here. And I think that colour sort of echoes the cheek colour. Maybe a little bit of red. So I'll add that on. Just had a silk scarf, got a whole lot of it here, look here. And you know, I can just rip little bits, but it had all various different colours in it, and it's just useful. But it was a silk scarf originally, before it got all torn up and laundered in my washing machine. It fell to pieces, but it was very vintage, so it was delicate. Little bit of fabric glue there, and I'll just stick that down to be a wispy element. So I'm just really just letting loose in this journal. I'm going to put in exactly what I please, because that's exactly what a creative journal is for, isn't it? Just a little expression of things that mean something to you at the time. And there we are. Stronger glue top and bottom. So this is a pocket, and I've got a little ticket there. So that's your ticket to travel. And then we've got the flip out there, beginner journey. So we're going on a boat trip with, this is where we're heading, to an island, and we are off on our adventures, and we have begun. So we have begun the journal. This is really great. I feel like something should be there. The other little thing is that when I was sent this beautiful Marigold, which has definitely spurred me on today with my sun colours, the lovely Helen also sent me these sort of stickers here, and I remembered that I actually had something very similar. So I've just dug them out, and I've got a bit of selection here now, and I just think I'm going to add these into my journal today, because, you know, that's what they're for, isn't it? She's sent me something, I've been inspired, I want to put them in a journal, so let's do it. Can't see. There. Just got to work out where I need them. Okay. Lovely. You know, there are other things like the washi tape papers and achieve a similar result, so I don't think we really need to be using plastic stuff, but I have got them, and I don't want them just sitting around in a tin. It's probably better to have them anchored down on a piece of paper. Go with that. Right, okay, let's move all of this out. Oh wow, let's put that how it's supposed to be. I think we're nearly there. Let's have a look inside. Yes, okay, this is all right. I think I just want one last little bit to embellish, and I'm going to use my copper furniture wax, my gilding wax, and I'll just go around the edges here using a cotton bud, Q-tip, and my fingers, and just smudge that on, just for a bit of a glow and a hue. Quite arty, quite an art journal feel. Absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed that, so thank you, Meg Journals. I have risen to your Junk Journal July challenge for Begin, which was the first prompt on her card. Tomorrow it's Reinvent. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. Do please leave a comment if you found that this was inspirational for you and if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to carry on watching my journey as I go through the month of July with the journal and bring you all sorts of other ideas along the way. So take care, and above all else guys, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.